Hello, welcome to Sunfire Designs. Today I'm going to be trying a new pour. You'll see it has some similarities to my atomic pour, but I'm going to change one thing just a little bit. So we'll see how it works and if we get any good results or what's going to happen with that. I'm excited to give it a try. All right, so this is my rose edge mold, and I'm going to use that. And I mixed up 200 mils of Art Pro resin. I did not really let it sit. I did start mixing my stuff up right away because it's pretty warm today. It was almost 90 outside, so my house is pretty warm. It's like 78, so I don't really feel like I need to let it sit. It'd be okay without sitting. I mean, it did take me a little time to mix everything up, so it was sitting for that, but I didn't let it sit any extra. All right, so I think, and I'm not sure if it's gonna stick, but I'm thinking about calling this the polka dot flower. And it's similar to the atomic flower, except for it doesn't have the atom part. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Grab my towel here. All right, so I'm going to start off with 50 mils of resin, and it's super pale, okay? I put in just 2 drops of Liquitex Prism Violet. It looks dark in here, but you can see on the stick that it's very, very pale. So I'm going to start off with that. And I feel like the resins I'm using are kind of dark, so I'm hoping it doesn't end up being too dark. But, you know, like I said, this is an experiment. We're going to see what happens and then make adjustments as we go. That's all you can do, right? So, let's got that done. All right, so now, let me show you what else I have. So this right here is 35 mils of Prussian blue, and I put in 4 drops Liquitex Prussian blue, nice and dark. I wanted that to be really dark. Then I have 30 mils of resin with mica powder in it, and I'm using Dark Ocean Green by Eye Candy. And then finally I have my white. I have 35 mils of white with 2 drops of Let's Resin Ocean White. That's what's making it white. And then I have whatever's left is my clear push. So I'm gonna start off by doing little puddle pours in here. And hopefully, because this doesn't have as big of a base, I'm hoping that I don't have too much of the blue. We'll find out. We may end up pouring less of the blue and then next time just putting more of the purple or push. Depends on what we think it needs to do. But I'm going to go ahead and pour my little puddles here. I like a good puddle, as you can tell from my yin yang flower and my atomic flower. Okay, now I'm going to do a few smaller ones so that I can try to get more of them in. Good thing about it is if you're pouring a little puddle, usually it won't run directly into the next little puddle. It'll kind of push apart first. Then eventually it will run in, but it'll start off by pushing it apart first. And then you can adjust from there. All right, I'm going to do a little one in the middle. A little one here. And I don't think it really matters, you know, if you have them, you know, a certain distance apart or a certain number of them. I don't think it really matters. Okay, I think that's probably going to be good. I used almost all of it. All right, so now I'm going to do my mica powder, and there's slightly less mica powder than there was blue, just because I don't think you need as much mica powder, because it can sink and weigh things down. I think blue, purple, and green are beautiful colors together. I just gotta watch them so that you don't have the green and purple mixing up and making mud. But this is a good way to do it, because for some reason, to me, it seems like the mica powder and the acrylic ink colors don't blend to be ugly as easily as like if you were using 2 alcohol inks or two acrylic inks or whatever. I think that this just, because they're 2 different, not mediums, but like 2 different pigments, I guess you'd say, it doesn't feel like it is as risky to pour them together. I'm gonna have to torch this because I can't see my puddles. I got a glare, and then I've got the bubbles in the way. So I'm trying to eyeball them. And hopefully I've gotten them kind of close to where they go. All right, let me torch this real fast and see if I can see what I'm looking at. That's a little better. All right. So I've got a few little ones here. There's one here. This almost looks like a peacock. The blue dots with the green on the inside. It kind of really reminds me of a peacock feather. All right, I think that will probably be good. I don't want to overdo it. So I used almost all of that also. All right, so now for the white, I'm going to take, and instead of making the atom, I'm going to do drops of this one as well. So little drops of white on top of each of these. And it may end up being a lot more random if I can't figure out where the drops are, and if I have to go back and add white to it so I can use it all. I tried to have all 3 of them be the same amounts, except, well, obviously the mica is slightly less, but I wanted them to be about the same amount so that I wouldn't have, so it would be even, if that makes any sense. I'm going to finish going around the outside. I have no idea what kind of pattern this is going to make. But that's half the fun, I think. Pouring this, and then I'm going to be wondering about it all night, and I have to wait till the morning to come and unmold it. But I think it's just it creates anticipation. All right, almost done. And you know, I'm sure if you've probably already fast forwarded through this part, but if you haven't, you can always fast forward through any part that you've seen before or whatever. I actually see a little spot I can put some. Come on. Some green, and put a little drop there. And I'm just going to go put the rest of this in little spots that I see that are open. It is almost empty. I think one more maybe. it's drip drops now. Drip, drip. Okay. Alrighty, now it's time for the push. Move this out of the way. I'm worried I'm gonna tip something over. Or drop something, you know. You know, I'm petrified about doing that now. Okay. That was not as much push as I thought it was going to be, so it didn't push things out as much, but I still think it's going to be okay because everything is still, you know, resin wants to move towards the middle, so I don't need to worry about it closing up, but it will continue to spread as it cures. So, all right, I just poured some stones with some micro beads in the center. All right, and now we wait and we find out if that was enough white, if we needed more push, or what's going on with that. So I'm just gonna let it kind of move. I'll put on a little bit of a time lapse for a few minutes so we can see how that white moves in. And other than that, I'm not gonna leave it on long because I'm gonna be going to bed, but other than that, I will see you when it's time to unmold in the morning. Pop, you little bubble. There we go. All right, I will see you when it's time to unmold. Okay, it's time to see how this new technique went. Ready? Oh, that came out beautiful. The dots made their own petals and they're not even though. And then the center, oh my gosh. And the colors, I just love them. Love, love, love. Oh, gorgeous. Beautiful. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for being here. And I'll see you next time.